picking Nuke can be a bit of a honey trap sometimes, you know? You start off on T side of Nuke, if you're not feeling it enough, if you don't get rolling quickly enough, you could find yourself very, very deep into a hole that you've kind of dug for yourself. So Order need to try to avoid that. Need to start off well here on the T side, make sure that they can have a reasonable first half and keep things competitive. Smoke into Warehouse fairly early on from Order as they're getting ready to go into this upper site.
They are getting ready, but they're still getting ready. That's a nice start, though. Alistair, P250, right in the head of Sicko. And now 3 players to defend the A bomb site. Dexter starts well with a double kill. Maybe make that a little bit more, though, because he has 4 potentially on the cards here. Valiant cannot survive. And I guess we're just back to the same old run-of-the-mill kind of a pistol round. Dexter dominating. Malta has finished Gyra off as well, and it didn't even look close.
How did Dexter survive for so long? The man was just tapping heads. It looked like it was just a shooting gallery, and Order just didn't seem to look towards him. So he's on today. Well, 3 of them didn't get a chance to shoot.
They may have not expected him to be there. They cleared CT vent and there was a player in heaven. So they were very focused on picking that player towards CT vent and picking the player towards heaven, and they didn't check the site well enough. And unfortunately, the trade potential wasn't on point. So, unfortunately, Order, although it seemed like they had a good approach there, things were going their way, right? It looked like, you know, if you stop motion that before Dexter starts fragging up a storm, you would have said, yeah, Order probably takes that pistol round. But that's the annoying part about playing Renegades. They can take rounds that you should have won and turn them back on its head.
So, not much of an investment from Order in this round. Deciding to force it, which is going to be good news for Renegades. Should be pretty comfortable for them to clean things up. Nice start from Malta as well. And Order really just milling around in lobby. Having a bit of a picnic, fellas.
Well, what we've seen from Renegades in the last couple of months is their gameplay has certainly slowed down, and that's again what we are going to be seeing here. No one overextending as Order do go for the vent drop, and it's up to Gyra to try and get that bomb planted on the B site, but Malta's already made the rotation down through ramp and denies the cross to safety. So, Renegades very clean second round and farm up the dollary-doos nice and early as Order go for the buy, their first buy of the game with some lackluster utility after not being able to get either of those bomb plants down.
Pretty early pause. Guess that would be a technical pause.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of typing there. Usually a good sign.
Yeah.
Or a bad sign.
Maybe
a
someone's
good
just
sign of a tech pause.
You know, figuring out what kind of shoes they want to wear for this game.
True.
We saw Hugh flexing his shoes yesterday.
It was thongs and socks, by the way, from the after picture we got on Twitter from him.
Disgusting socks, by the way.
Oh, they were all right.
They definitely seem like the kind of socks that you would wear, Mac.
Well, they definitely seem like the kind of socks that a country boy would wear, so yes, I'd agree. You, of course, not a country boy.
I just have a little bit more style.
We have someone in the office that's the country boy, Luke, but I swear the other day when I was listening to him have a conversation walking past the green room that he said he was like allergic to grass or something. And I'm like, how?
How is that possible?
Your life is grass.
Wollongong isn't really the country.
Well, anything that's not Sydney is the country to me. That's the way it is. One in towards Secret. Mac knows he can't make an argument because he has to talk about Counter-Strike. That's the best way to win an argument. Unfortunately, not the best way to win an aim duel is running through a smoke and ins.
But Ali tries to clean it up as we go back to the 3-on-3. You still, though, just 1 HP, though. Ricky on 28. It's looking unlikely that Order win the round from here, but a couple of crisp shots could get them over the line. However, Renegades, look at this position. You've got full control of Warehouse for Dexter, able just to watch the double back through Secret if that one happens, and the cross to site from the vent.
Yeah, very strong position.
Sicko as well. He's solo towards ramp, waiting for maybe a flank to come through at this point, just waiting out that smoke.
Yeah, I think
Ricky should be there.
Renegades are in very, very good positions. Like, I really like the line that Dexter's on. He can hold outside, rotation up Secret, as well as the push up vent from the one spot.
Well, he's actually on the roof.
There's no way they expect him in that spot. Like,
Okay.
that is perfect positioning. Malta's not overextending, looking for information. That's the good thing about Renegades, you know, you see a lot of teams, they get a bit antsy. They try to over-rotate or look for info in certain positions, but Renegades just trusting themselves.
20 seconds, and that bomb has tried to go down towards the B site, so now Order, they need to try to trade here, except Ricky's gone down to Sicko, trying to go for the late flank. It hasn't worked out. You still owe 1 HP. At this point, is it even the call to save? Who knows? He's just trying to work the timing, falling out of the vent. Unfortunately, a little bit of inaccuracy from that one, but Dexter shuts him down. 3 alive at the end for Renegades, and that's a solid round.
Started off well here. Order trying to really force things. I don't know what happened with that flashbang, actually. Because you heard the flash pop, but it didn't actually affect Ins whatsoever as they tried to bust through that smoke. See what happened with that.
Slower approach again from Order, not going for any early vent drops, just trying to go toe-to-toe with Sicko on that scout at Outers, who has continued to go for the bonus round, not upgrading to the AWP yet. Happy just to play with the scout instead. Man's looking sharp today. Val very wide out on the top of silo there. Managed to land a shot.
Really testing Sicko. And he's having a bit of trouble connecting these scout shots.
Oh, Dexter goes down to 1 HP as well, and that's going to be the opening for Order.
Yeah, they've got that man advantage. They've put a bit of pressure on outside.
Bait set up as well. Ince just in the corner waiting for the swing to come through. Nice crossfire if anyone goes a little bit too wide. That's going to be Ali who gets away with the bink on the Glock now. Wallbang's attempt coming up from Val as well, who's just spamming through the roof on the common angles. He's only got 9 bullets left in the reserves.
Only needs 4, fellas.
True. Well, Order, they actually get across the secret. Nobody spotted them. Only 1 player down here, and he's only got 1 HP. So really not ideal if they're able to isolate Dexter and clear him out of the site and maintain strong positions to control the rotations here, Order. This could be their round on a silver platter.
Yeah, but they don't have any util to flush him out of position. They're going to have to take an aim duel, which when we know against Dexter, not exactly the ideal scenario. However, they've been able to walk out from Decon. He hasn't even heard them. And Order looks like they will indeed win the round. Hats and Ins to perhaps attempt a retake here.
Retake through Megaton doesn't work out too well usually.
Oh, MP9 against the Reanarm tease though, except Ince gets his head taken off straight away. So Hats starts to back away, 51 HP, and Ali with the Glock is happily just going to get that information. Fall back, Ustillo denies him the exit, and 4 alive. Upgraded weapons. This is so good for Order's economy now.
Alistair is so good, man. Like, so many players you just see, like, they have a Glock and they're like, oh, whatever, if I die, who cares? The man was so annoying this round. He was shoulder peeking Annex so many times. Towards the end there, shoulder peeking again just to find the info. He picks off Dexter as well, coming through Decon. Like, he had so much impact considering he didn't spend a single dollar that round. Beautiful to see.
It's a big win for Order. Gets them right back into the swing of things, which is what they needed.
No,
but
that's unfortunate. You saw the smoke fail. Bounced off of Ricky, and he needed the cover of that smoke to get into the vent, so he just goes down for free there.
Well, that's not what Order wanted at all, because they have that nice round win. You know, just with the pistols, they're right back on the horse, and then straight away it seems there's going to be a response here from Renegades. Admittedly, it still helps Order in the long term because the money is going to look a little bit better for them, even if they lose this round, but it's just not a good spot. If they want to get the better of Renegades, they really need to grind them down in this first half. So far, Dexter not seeing anyone creep through Annex, and maybe he won't. We'll see where Order do end up going. Sicko will find that first challenge, and second as well with a very sharp shot onto Valiance. It's just a round that's sort of fallen apart for Order, just getting picked off 1 by 1. Renegades haven't looked pressured at all.
I love that. Smoke on towards that CT blue area and boost over the top to try and pick off Dexter. Could have worked if Ustillo was connecting his shots there, but unfortunately, Dexter's going to win that duel. No damage being done by Order. This is worrisome for them.
And it's a great round for Renegades as well. Look at the economy. It was in the bin if they lost this one.
Wow,
and everyone survives at the end. Ince happily just going for the swing. looking to clear outers, and he certainly does so effectively. Order only with 1 round now as Renegades send it to the door.
Yeah, unfortunate. I feel like as soon as they lost Ricky running out the door there, all the wind kind of came out of Order's sails. They just kind of tried to walk around the map.
Ah, come.
I thought he was poking his tongue out. It's like, that's real weird looking
That's
tongue.
interesting though. Like, I've never really seen any. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really seen any esports players that actively chew gum. I know it's something that a lot of sporting players do. You know, like I watch a lot of cricket, and almost all the time the batsman will be chewing gum. You know, stopping them from getting a dry mouth. I don't know if it's like nerves or anything like that, but it's not something that seems to have transitioned too much across to esports. So I wonder if that's something that we'll see more of in the future. I know that's like a weird thing to kind of pick up on, but I think it's just interesting.
Here's the smoke from earlier. You could see, unfortunately, it hits Ricky in the back and he runs out with no real cover. He does actually make it into the vent there. I didn't think he made it in, but he got picked off anyway.
Yeah, I think Ince got him from heaven when he was dropping down the site.
It's kind of where it all started to fall apart from Order, unfortunately. Buy up once again. Wall of smokes on outside, but it seems like they want to split Annex pretty quickly here, Mac.
And Ince is just going to be stuck at Tetris, needs to fight, waiting for this hut to push out now. It's going to be Malta who deals with that nicely. Sicko from heaven is going to have a bit of an impact, and this rush has just fallen on its bum, essentially, because Ince has shut it down in a matter of seconds. 2 for him. Gyro and Ali now trying to fight their way back in, but it's going to be hard with the man disadvantage. Ince smoking off Squeaky and Order. Discipline, don't go through it. However, that could have been the timing they were looking for. Sicko expecting it as the double back comes down to ramp now. But as you can see, Ince, he's gone on this adventure. He's almost in control room already. And even if Order do decide to go to the lower site, he's going to be there to stop them.
Dan Order looking to walk around the map and look for an opening. Not out of the realms of possibility to win a 2-on-3 on the T side of Nuke. CTs have to spread themselves very thin, and actually, Order, they opt to split up. Alistair trying to walk towards heaven. Look for a pick over there. Gyro's going to apply pressure to windows, maybe trying to catch a rotation.
Which might just happen, except Ali spotted coming into ladder base. Gyro now has to commit to the lower site as there's no control of ramp at all. And it's just Ince who's happy to play for the retake. 2-man advantage, there's no point throwing away the round when you can certainly secure it at the double doors. Ince just waiting for the perfect moment and Sicko coming in.
I thought it was Sicko through the doors. I was like, that's going to be disgusting.
You want to see something disgusting?
Oh, I'd love to.
You ready?
Show it to me.
This is Sicko against Alistair.
Oh, is that? Oh, are you? Oh.
How are you going to do him like that?
See, I thought Ali was almost up the ladder.
He started going up the ladder and he got drop bed.
And then when we swapped to the POV of Sicko, I was like, oh, he must have been at ladder base the whole time. Nah.
He got drop bed by a New Zealander.
It's the full Assassin's Creed. Oh, here it is. Oh. Oh. Sicko. Really had to do him like that.
What do you call a New Zealand drop bed, Jordan?
A drop beer.
How about a drop brew?
Drop beer. Watch out for those drop beers, bro.
Keep getting hired for this.
I was trying to think of like a native New Zealand animal.
Kiwi?
And then all of a sudden, Jordan does that. So
It's a bit of a wild card. You can never tell what he's going to do. He's crazy. You should see him at the after party. It's just insane.
You've seen him at an after party? I certainly haven't. Anyway.
Because you don't get invited to the good ones,
Oh,
man.
okay. Yep. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Thought so. No one likes me. Damn.
Oh, half by with the pistols, straight down secret. Inns is caught off guard.
Yep, just drops that nade to try and slow him down. It's good damage from Order already, but still 3 of these Pistoly boys very low indeed. Sicko taking contact with Dexter go for the swing, but it's going to be Valve. Very switched on. Malta able to come to the trade now, just trying to tap away from the left side. Ustilla deals with him with the Tech 9. We are going to see a flank start to come through as now it's back to the 2-on-2. Ali, he's only got this Glock again because he's saving for the AWP, and oh, the timing, it actually works out for him because he may be able to go back up through the vent off the back of this. Hat's very worried about his flank. But Ali sneaks away after retrieving an AK as well. Ustillo already with him, making that rotation off of the B site. But Renegades, now they at least know what to clear and can play this one together.
Yeah. Sicko, you can see he's already gone walkabout. Oh, Megaton in towards radio, going to position himself in lobby. Always very switched on, this man. Knows what's clean and what's dirty. He knows he has to go looking for a bit of info. Alistair's got no armor as well, so that aim punch could definitely be a factor as Order start silently making their way up to heaven. See if they will anticipate Sicko being in a position like this. Where's he found himself? Inside hut, I think. Checking out the fire extinguisher.
First line of defense.
Well, someone has to make sure it's working. That's not good. That's the round over.
Except Ali's got his hands on an AWP, and if he keeps it going...
Oh!
Oh, he does. Oh, he does. Okay. Well, Ali's got his favourite weapon in his hands, and
That's
he's very
classic.
excited about that. Surely a bit of confidence being boosted right towards the end. So, great damage, all things considered, at the end of the round.
That's classic Alistair. I even remember, like, a game when he was on Chiefs on this map with the AWP, where he was coming out ramp room and he just wallbanged someone through elbow like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
On the run. Just shooting at him. He's got such a good sense for angles and how he's able to bang people through some walls.
Well, I like this off angle, though. Ustillo. Boosted
Beautiful.
over, knows the tendencies of Renegades to get a bit aggressive at outers, and it's worked out nicely, except Ali doesn't clear below him. Dexter deals with it perfectly. Nade and smoke to allow Dexter out, but Dexter goes in instead, and it's a bit of an overextension, but Order are ready for it.
Nicely done from Ustillo. You love to see him punishing that. That's the kind of thing you really have to do against Renegades, isn't it, Jordan? Once they start getting away with a few of
For
those
sure.
shenanigans, the
For sure.
game's probably over.
Well, they haven't so far. I mean, the scoreline is 6-1, so I don't think that Renegades are going to be feeling too uncomfortable, even despite having the numbers disadvantage in this round. But at least Order's showing that they're not going to be a pushover, at least today. Malta, however, might have some other ideas. See how many you can get here. They do line up for him, but not even a single frag in the end. Ustillo and Valiance will help each other out, and it's into the B-bomb site that Order do go. Now it's Inz's turn, and having seen already a softened up target, he'll soften another couple. So Hats with the job to do, but all 3 of these remaining players are sub 50 HP. And this is doable for Hats if he knows that the damage has been done.
Got no kit, that's the problem, Jordan. You know,
Yeah.
even if he does complete that big rotation down and starts to clean up some of those players, there's no guarantee of enough time to get that bomb defused.
Look at Ustillo, though. He's very switched onto the save, and he's going to hear all of this now as Hats tries to back his way through. But Ustillo, silent, sneaky, can't quite deny him going deep into spawn, but seems to be aware that he's trying to save here. Smoke down, Hats on a nice line, and Order has the money. It's not amazing. Ustillo, very disciplined, decides not to go for it, doesn't want to ruin their economy, and allows Renegades to have an AWP into the next.
Well, see if they will force around it, whether it will just be investment of pistols. Does seem like it's going to be a force buy. Pistol armor around the AWP. Seen Renegades make this kind of thing work before. But luckily Order don't chase too much, so they survive with 3 players, like you said, Mac. Makes them a bit less resettable. Even if they do lose against this pistol armor, you can see they've been responsible with their money. They've got a bit of cash in the bank, and they're down 6-2. They still have quite a bit of loss bonus, it's worth pointing out. So even if this round does go awry, you know, like they can still recover from that totally fine.
Order going with the deep wall of smokes. Shallow, depending on how you look at this one. To allow them to take some yard control. And go into warehouse if they wish, or just send it over to secret. Dexter wanting to go through for some info, expecting a bust through the smokes as the smokes do start to fade now. Order back away.
Renegades also find the opening pick, courtesy of Sicko. He's been good at doing that so far here on Nuke, and now if Ustillo rounds this corner, doesn't properly check Dexter, there could be another one headed to Renegades still. Well done by Ustillo. Fundamentals on point at the moment. Hats creeps forward and finds the bomb. Suddenly, Renegades start to scurry into position. You've got In still down on the B bomb site. The remainder of Renegades on the upper side of the map, and Order still yet to retrieve the bomb. Still does just pick it up now. Renegades very aware, though, of where Order is going to be and where they can be, because there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. And look at this crossfire that's been established. How do you make an entry into Annex work when there's 3 players watching Malta and Sicko trade down for hats? And now it's just Alistair who will grab himself the AWP and looks to try and save here by all rights. Maybe not.
He's so aware.
Oh, he knows that someone's right around the corner. 3 seconds to get away, create some space and keep the AWP alive. But Renegades just playing that one perfectly after Order. Looked very lost after losing lobby control, after those smokes faded it out, as it just all seemed to go sour.
That's what I was talking about, though, you know. Renegades, they only hold on to that AWP and the AK, so they're going to still have to break the bank to be able to reinvest in this round, and Order can still buy up here and break their money. Renegades has no loss bonus to fall back on, so this is still a chance for Order. If they can win this round, they could put Renegades potentially on that double eco territory.
Sicko shoots on the jiggle. Order now looking to potentially double back towards Inners. Ali making a bit of a kerfuffle. Takes out some extra util. Flash towards the yard. Gyra with these smokes this time will commit to the cross, but they're going very loud in doing so. Dexter firing away is going to be losing his life. Val locks onto him through the smoke.
Yeah, and really not going to work out too well for you usually when you're the one closer to the smoke, and they can see your traces a lot better than you can sort of see their traces. Gives them a lot more of an accurate representation of what your position is than if the other player's further away from it.
The thing is as well, Dexter usually using that A1S,
True.
so he'd usually get away with that.
True, wouldn't have had the traces there, but picks up the AK.
Well, it is Ins with the timing straight onto Gyra. It costs a lot of HP, but he's rewarded with the AK and the pick, bringing it back to 4-on-4 and relieving some of that pressure on Renegades. Quickly brought back, though, by Order. Sicko going down, and now Hats is the sole defender on A at the moment. The others have rotated down to B. Gets rid of Ricky first, but the Molotov forces him out of his position. Malta nearly gets Valiance. That might have been a round-winning kill because Valiance was carrying the bomb even still. The molly's so big. Malta, he's dead. Still nearly is as well, but the round is going to go to Order.
There's that reset, but yeah, so close. Don't have any money, Order. So if Renegades do want to force here, like, they can break that cash. Order going to take a timeout. Very good round for Order to be winning. I mean, I don't think Skybox really does it that good justice, to be honest, but because you can't see the traces, but this is what I'm talking about, you know, Dexter's right next to the smoke. These blokes are all over it, so if you start to see him spray through it, you get a pretty good idea of where he's at because he's basically spamming right here. So they can see those bullets coming through and kind of just triangulate his position just based on like the trajectory of the traces coming through the smoke. So
Maths.
He's spraying at footsteps, you know. Dexter's usually got a pretty good sense of where to fire in the smoke to be able to get himself a kill like that. But that's one of the situations one of the rare situations, I'll say, where it doesn't work out for him.
Yep.
Renegades do force here, though. They know that Order's economy is quite fragile.
And we know Renegades, I mean, look, I feel like I break a record whenever I say this, but we know that they're pretty good with these force buys. They've always got a trick or two up their sleeves. Order will need to be careful. That grenade already doing a bit of damage. Just underarmed through the smoke. A bit of a cheeky one there from Ins. Typical Australian fashion, you know, underarming. Ins. Oh, nearly gets himself a double. Gyra good for the trade, but even still some damage done by Renegades. And the question becomes then, how much more can they get? Hats wins a duel on the bomb site. Now has an AK. Aim on point. Not quite enough, though, to get rid of Ustillo. And some salvaging kills do come through. But Malta has a deagle, and Ustilo's got no idea where he is. That'll be a freebie for Malta. Back to the one-on-one. Controls the bomb now as well, and Jira on half HP. This is entirely winnable for Renegades.
Jira, always a very big brain player. See what he's going to cook himself up to try to win this one-on-one. Does reposition from Annex side towards lobby. Doesn't go for the full wrap around through ramp room. Seems Malta's quite mindful of someone coming from a position like that, but he's going to choose to reposition himself. Starts to make his way through outside, but doesn't commit to that Annex area.
Fully cleared ladder base. He's going back to heaven. The timing's perfect. Bomb retrieved. Dryer, it depends on where he's looking. Needs to hit it, and he does. Beautifully played by Malta. To make sure the flank wasn't coming through, and had to realize that with the time ticking down, Jira has just gone for a big rotation and then back towards the upper site at some point. The timing works out perfectly, and that's what it came down to.
That's going to reset Order's money. Ustilo's the only one with $4,000 in the bank. They're going to half buy. Quick ball of smokes. Order's been getting pretty decent value out of the pistols here on Nuke. But unfortunately haven't really gotten the rounds to sort of support that argument.
Well, here goes Order straight into the bomb site. So it doesn't look like it's going to work too well. Although Hats does drop, but the rest of the Renegades players just rotating in, and Dexter's going to get himself 3. Bit too easy this time. 9-3 the scoreline, and we progress along nicely. Hasn't been Order's day so far. I mean, they've been pushing Renegades a little bit. They've been winning a couple of rounds, and they've been close in a couple more, but
yeah, you could see the effects of that on Renegades' economy, and the fact that they had to go for these force buys like once or twice in this half already. You know, these rounds have been close, but the scoreline is not close.
yeah, exactly. And the numbers that are on the scoreboard are the ones that are going to matter, not how close the rounds really were.
Oh, that's cheeky from Ricky. Comes out on an awkward angle and abuses Hats. He's very good at getting these cheeky kills a lot of the time. It would have been cool to see Ricky's evolution of a player from superstar AWPer to big brain lurker man. Love to see it.
Again with the deep smokes, so let's see if Order commit to the lower hit again. This time they will go through with the smokes and edge their way across. Not spotted by anyone, not heard, staying silent. Oh, but it's the reroute. Okay, back for the yard control. Ince, he's actually gone down with the spam. He had the A1S, so there wasn't any traces. Great picks coming out from Order. That's full yard control. Sicko's been dealt with as well. Now, where to from here?
Sure, that's so weird. Bunch of kills coming through, a bunch of smokes, and Order end up with a 2-man advantage after sustaining some damage.
Malta in a great spot to shut this down, though. 2 men fallen.
Wow.
Oh, Gyro can't get the trade either. It's over. 30 seconds in the round. Ustilo's got so much ground to cover, but hey, maybe I've spoken too soon. A quick kill onto Dexter, and now again, it's Malta into the one-on-one, but how does Ustilo win it from here? He's got so many angles to clear, has to collect the bomb, run up the ladder and plans it on A, or go down to B.
And Malta's big-brained it. He's made the read early. He's gone for the rotation all the way through Hut. Ustilo has no idea he's here, and that is complete brain power from the big man Malta.
15-5 as well. You don't see it all that often. Actually, it's 16-5 from Malta. But he is the kind of player that sometimes he just has maps like this where he is kind of unstoppable.
You giving Malta backhanded compliments like that is just so expected.
He's not good, but sometimes he's really good.
I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's good. Don't, come on, don't push it that far. I'm just saying he sometimes plays
Wow,
good.
you don't see it often.
You don't.
It's just fact.
It is fact.
Right, 2 rounds left in the half. Order.
It's not his role.
Been a bit of a rough time on the T side. Whereas Renegades are really shutting them down here on the That's a great way to kick things off in round 14. However, Inch tries to shut them down. However, it's a 3-for-2 trade. Dexter comes in to try and mop up the scraps. But again, it's Ali and Jira in a clutch situation. Man disadvantage. Bombs out in the middle of nowhere, though. And that's going to be hard to retrieve. Weird smoke at CT vent for Dexter to try and play around. Gyro's going to be forced back. Molotov finishes him.
To close the door on the
Oh,
volley.
and I don't think Ali's spotted Malta over at Mustang either, so this should be another round one.
Malta can't see him though. The gun is actually blocking his sight on the ground. So Alice has
Maybe
crept
he's
out of
left
Annex.
hand.
Maybe.
He's playing left hand.
Maybe. Well, he's heard him now, that's for sure. Info's given over to Sicko. You know, I do want to say, by the way, closing the door on the fire is probably a genuine strategy in real life because doors are fire rated for a certain amount of time.
I mean,
So,
that one's like a metal one as well.
I
so-
kind of respect the idea.
It's just so funny. That's one of my the sad things about Skybox actually is that the doors, even if they're blown open, they're still there, and you can't see them open or shut unless I'm
okay.
missing some setting that I'm not aware of. So I would have loved to go back and look at that one, but can't do it.
In a perfect world,
Can't do
we'd
it.
have open indoors.
Well, we're casting
this
ESL
is
Pro League
ESL Pro
instead,
League, not
so-
Perfect World Max. So
You both tried to make the same joke at the same time.
That's what makes it
Oh!
even funnier.
Ah, of course,
at
of course.
Sicko.
Yeah, Sicko doing crazy tricks. As
He's got a big flicko,
Mm,
as always.
he certainly does. Well,
Love having a look at his flicko.
we have another situation where Order's playing from a disadvantage, and Renegades, well, they've capitalized from these situations so many times this half, and it looks like it could be the 12-3 scenario, unless Order pulls something out of the hat just in the last moments.
they're gonna have to dig deep. It's the Galil squad today.
Your little gang.
Only Ricky's got an AK.
GG. The little game.
Might be GG.
It usually is GG if you're the Galil gang. That's exactly why. Oh, hold on. Double think comes in.
Plenty of bullets left in the mag. Gyra doesn't really want to go toe-to-toe with Ince, so look, that's an understandable situation. However, Sicko on Ali. Sicko had the advantage, but the bink comes through Ali. Crouch peek, gets across the line, and he's going to try to chase him down as best he can. Some noise being made, looking for the wall bang, and he gets it. But that's going to be the 12-3 half, and Renegades are looking to end this quickly. That's such a huge lead over on the CT side. Now over to the T side after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. It's coming at you.
Coming out.
Shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They don't wanna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. And everything I envision,
seems that we may be getting the same old story in a match between Renegades and Order. Once again, it's Renegades up 12-3. And Order struggling, though they do move on to the CT side of Nuke, so there is a silver lining there, Mac. But hey, we've seen this before, and we know how this movie ends.
We certainly do. And look, Renegades on the T side of Nuke, it's a pretty dangerous prospect. So I'm not expecting big things at the moment, but Order, if they can get, you know, over to that average, which Text Guy gave us earlier of the 9 rounds here on Nuke, then look, we'd expect them to have a decent start. And the pistol's a good place to begin.
Mac, I know you really wanted that game feel, but just put it down for a second, okay? We're trying to cast. Ricky's trying to defend ramp, and unfortunately, it's not going too well. That's 2 picks for Renegades. Dexter's in the vent, controlling the rotations. Look at that. That's the round over.
Well, you say that, but maybe Ustilo and Valiance can do something special. There's a kill already. Dexter down. One of the danger men out of the picture, although in this instance, I would probably say Malta is the one that you need to get rid of right now. Ins does dispatch of Ustilo, though, and it is just Valiance, so he's going to be swung by multiple players. Hats has no fear, nor does Renegades. 13-3.
A lot of rounds to play with there.
He's zooming, he's
dirty
feeling
entry. So even though Order seemed to have Renegade's number, knew where they should have been coming from, Renegades just hitting their shots a little bit better. Well, much better. And it's put them 10 rounds in the lead. Order now, they have gone for the forced buy and hope to salvage something here in the second half as Renegades looks like they're going to go for some outers control.
Yeah, pretty nice anti-eco from them. 2 very safe positions in lobby. Back lobby near the roller door on top of the little catwalk thing. Sicko's boosted up as well. They got 1 on silo. It's basically just Renegades leveraging a lot of long-range angles with the rifles to win aim duels if Order go aggressive. And when that doesn't happen, it seems like they are keen to throw these wall of smokes. 1 from silo, 2 from the low ground. Start making their way across the secret. Molly in there to keep Ricky back as well. See if Ricky can try to multi-frag a bit here. That's a great start. What a flick from the man.
Falling back. Oh. Tries to go for the pre-fire, which doesn't quite find him anything.
It's interesting to watch him play these angles. He's kind of playing like he would have an AWP. You know, he takes the first shot, takes another one, falls back, holds a different line.
AWP mentality. The double back over to Yard. With Order still stacked up towards the A site, which this is dangerous. So Ricky's got a world of information down towards the halls. 30 seconds, Renegades, they're going to commit here. So they have to get through all the troops. Ustilo still hiding here at Tetris. Shows his hand a little bit early. Nice crossfire coming through. Ustilo with the double. Ali still holding down sight. 19 seconds. Bomb retrieved. Dexter, he can send it back to lowers, but Ricky's waiting in the vent. The trap was set, and Order on the force fight win the second for the half.
Well, that's important. Gives them a second chance, maybe a third chance in this map. They've had a few. None of them have really stuck to the wall, Pilski. But hey, Order get themselves a buy a round earlier than they might have expected to. And steal a round away from Renegades, which is going to be all important when you've only got 3 to play with.
Yeah, great performance from Ustilo today. Absolutely love to see that man performing. Here's the force buy in response from Renegades, as losing that round, unfortunately, has put them on double eco territory. Malta actually foregoes armor to buy grenades. Oh, great spam from Ricky. Had a rough one on the T side, but he's seeming like he's warming up on this CT side. Great grenade as well.
So a solid beginning for Order. Put Ricky on the line, and he almost gets another huge damage onto him and Sicko.
These are the kind of rounds that's great for Order if they can continue to close it this cleanly. You know, build up that money. They can put Renegades on another save. All of a sudden, a 13-5 or 13-6 deficit looks a bit more doable when you have a strong CT side economy.
Do you reckon Malta tries to color coordinate his gloves with the team that he's playing for?
Maybe.
Oh.
Well, it hasn't helped his aim out, not in this regard. Ali, just long range, tapping heads.
Nice.
Gets all 3 in the end. And that's going to be 5 on the board for Order. Still a long way to go, but these confidence boosting and economy boosting rounds are a good place to start.
Now into the anti-eco. There was no point in this round where I looked at a duel that Renegades was taking and I was like, yeah, I reckon they'll win that duel. You know? It's kind of just a bit average.
Let's see if Renegades can be a bit more than average on the Glocks.
That's going to be a little bit late on the
Ricky
incendiary.
swap positions!
He's just gone straight through the smoke. Dexter's got no idea. The rest of the team defends ramp. This is looking great for Order. Alistair helping out. Gyra's there as well. And Renegades have just been obliterated, really. Somehow Inns has gotten all the way into heaven.
What is this round, man?
Oh, hey.
Oh, Ali was focused somewhere else. Maybe hand off the mouse for a moment, but still managed to react and take Ints down cleanly. And another clean round coming out for Order. So look at the money. It's looking very good early on for the half. And look, this is a good point. Renegades, they're going into another gun round. I think this is a great point, actually, for me to ask Mitch, how many rounds do Order need for you to believe?
I actually reckon they can win this game.
Oh, no.
But how many rounds do you start believing?
No, you
I just said, I already believe.
You don't believe
Oh,
already.
okay.
Don't say that.
6 is enough. Comeback's happening, boys. What were you doing, Jordan? What was that
He's
noise?
practicing
That wasn't
his
me.
Mongolian throat singing.
It wasn't me.
He wants to join Tiger.
I can't do it. I can't actually speak Mongolian, or I'd do a much better job than that.
Actually,
It actually hurts your throat a lot too, so I probably shouldn't.
Does
do
it?
why
Yeah.
did you say speak Mongolian? They don't speak anything. They just make noises.
Is it?
No, Mongolian throat singing is definitely saying words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Pretty sure. Like I can't understand it, but I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
gonna have to look it up after this. I've been shown one. Maybe I haven't seen the one with words. Alrighty. Bit of lack of utility. No mollies or HE nades for Renegades. Just gonna have to get it done with smokes and flashes.
All I'm saying is, Mitch, you didn't know "didge" was a common term used for a didgeridoo, so can't trust you on
Did you know
Australian
that or not?
culture. Can't trust you on Mongolian culture.
That's right. Did
Yeah.
play on a team with Urcast, though.
Ooh, okay.
First team.
Kicked him from the team.
Did ya?
I didn't kick him from the team. I left the team, but anyway.
Ooh, good
They
decision that was.
They weren't good
Yeah.
enough for Pilly.
That's right. Pilly was too good for Urcast and Gratisfaction.
Oh, Gratisfaction wasn't on that team.
Whatever. Who was it? Urcast and...
Did you leave the team with Liaz as well?
No, I wasn't on a team.
Nah, he
with
got
Liaz.
kicked from that one.
You got kicked from that one?
Why are you guys making up all these narratives?
What do you mean make it up? I saw a video. I saw an official.
Don't believe everything you read, mate. Oh, just commit straight through the smoke, don't they? 1 for 1.
Yeah, you still owe. Bit of work to do here. The rest of Renegades filtering onto the site. Malta gets himself another. Actually, it was Sicko that got that frag. Steals it away from Malta. Not that it matters too much for Renegades. They won't be disappointed. 4v2. Now 4v1. As Malta finally does claim himself a frag in the round. Just Gyra. And he's got a bit of money in the back pocket, so can sort of try and do something a bit tricky here, but we'll see how this works out. Malta dies early on in the piece. Now, Galil. Guess that's an upgrade over the FAMAS, but is it really too useful? That's a nice incendiary. He's under some pressure, but will win the duel eventually. 14-6.
I blame Mac for
For
making
what?
me say that. I believed.
It's just an open question. You could have said you don't believe yet. You could have said, I'll believe once they hit 11 rounds. Or your usual cop-out, I'll believe once they win.
Yeah, you just maybe need to think of a more interesting question to ask.
But this one's so much fun because it annoys you both so much. Great damage from the nade onto Malta, who's happily leading the charge. Knife out and barely surviving, waiting for that pre-fire to stop before continuing to cross, but he inevitably makes his way down and starts to lead the charge. Hats to follow. Let's see if the trade can come through. Util dumped here from Ustillo on that early rotation. Flash through, but Renegades don't commit just yet and slow things down with the secret control.
A couple of them lucky to survive.
Yeah, they pulled that one rotation down to lower, but unfortunately lost a lot of HP from the spam. Inns is on a bit of a journey here. See if Gyro's going to be ready for him. If he finds a nice timing here, this could be the sort of a bit of a butterfly effect. Could send Order on a bit of a spiral. They're already down in a difficult position, down 14-6. Can't afford to be giving up any more gun rounds, and once that one pick goes by the wayside.
Oh. This will be rough for Ustillo. He's got a few waiting for him. Somehow gets out of there relatively unscathed in the grand scheme of things.
Inns is at the bottom of ladder base. Yep. Ready for the backstab into Megaton.
Not a bad crossfire setup though for Order, and with only 25 seconds, Renegades are going to have to enter the site quite cleanly. A couple of flashbangs to assist them and the smoke, but Malta low on HP already, and Hats cops the majority of that spray as well. It's a 1-for-2 trade on the entry. They have found Ustillo though. That's some Inns magic.
That was just pre-fire, I think. He was just tapping that side of the silo.
They're just waiting to figure out where the CTs are coming from. I heard a couple going down vent. Val solo at ramp falls, and now that's going to be a man advantage. Dexter in so low, but Sicko, he's going to be doing the heavy lifting now. One headshot found, Gyro spotted, Pete comes through, and another round on the board for Renegades, who are one away from taking map number 1.
Yeah.
That's Inns magic, dude. That should have been done right here. Ricky gets a double spray through the smoke, but they still can't get it done, Order. Yeah. Wow, he's just pre-firing both sides of the silo.
Swigging sideways.
They don't want to get any water on the headset.
True.
Why not? I wash my headset all the time.
Look, Kelsey, I've heard all about your computer troubles, and I'm starting to understand why.
He's just a sweaty gamer trying to make ends meet, mate.
Yeah.
You gotta wash your headset sometimes.
What do you mean? My CPU is a bit dusty. I had to give it a bath. I already had the sponge out washing the dishes. What's the problem? Well, Order don't really have a whole lot to work with here. Mag 7, Scout, MP9, 5-7. Ricky's the only one with a primary weapon that's of any use. Not a whole lot of util either. You can see Renegades, they're just kind of chilling at the moment. Poking their way through outside. Ricky's the only one over there. Oh, Alistair's in towards Secret as well. Seems like Renegades are probably just going to go for a bit of an annex split here. Send Inns on that angle, and then the rest of them... Oh, hold on. Going back for the bomb. The plan here with 40 seconds on the clock. They're going very late to outside. They're chucking a smoke on windows, molly into credit card. Flash warehouse. They're crossing Secret with no smoke cover.
I think Ince has just got into
Oh,
such a
that's been
sneaky
spotted.
spot again. It's just going to be the same as last round. They're going to hit lower. Ince with the late lurk. This time he's gone to AC though and spotted Ricky. Not ready to take that fight. Tries to flick around in time.
Hang on.
Ali threads the needle, but it's Sicko to deny him, and it's all starting to crumble for Order. Last 3 players still up on the A site, and this time they have so many more players to get past on the retake.
Yep, big old open plant there as well from Malta, so that's going to make it even more difficult to retake for Order. If it comes down to it, they're going to be out in the open deep using that bomb, and Sicko already starting well. I think we can imagine the end of the map is nearby, and Sicko nearly does it himself. He was going for the highlight play, punished by Gyra, but there are still 3 players. And look, I don't know if that Mag 7 is going to help him much more than the MP9. He's realised that pretty quick either way. 16-6 is the scoreline here on Nuke, and Renegades are fairly pleased with their performance there. So,